self-assessment did you do over the bye week when looking back at film from the first 4 weeks?
Well, there was a lot of good. There was some bad. There's a lot of things that we need to clean up as an offense. Myself especially, as far as taking care of the football, making sure that we're not putting in harm's way. And I got to be able to do a better job with that, and to go back and look at some of the mistakes that have been made in the last 5 or 6 games, or 5 games. There's a lot of just little small errors that can be fixed, whether it's the one quick decision here, communication on a certain route. So it's things we're working on. The bye week came at a good time for us. I know we got guys that are back healthy now, ready to get back to work, and we're excited about Sunday.
Where's the noticeable growth of this offense? It can't all be bad. Where do you see the noticeable growth?
Well, I think it starts up front, and our 5 guys, and we've had to be pretty fluid up there, mixing guys in and out, some guys going down, but they've been doing a great job, coming out to practice every day. They're being very well coached. We're putting together some good schemes on our offensive staff. Getting that run game going, having a guy like Frank Gore who can talk to everybody and explain things that he likes and things that he sees. He's been around the game for a long time, and he's a great mind to have. Not just a great person and a great teammate and a great leader for this team, but the football knowledge that he has, it's pretty special to hear stuff come out of his mouth for this offense. And our guys up front have been doing a good job pass protecting and run blocking.
Josh, what's the mindset going up against a winless team? Is there any added pressure to come out and do what you're supposed to do like that? What's the mindset?
Yeah, well, every week we try to stick to our standard, and that's playoff caliber. We're not treating them any differently than we would treat anybody else. We understand that they're a team that's hungry to win. They've been playing some good football as of late. They're looking to come into our house and take what's ours, and we got to understand that as a team. So we're not trying to take them lightly by any means. It's the NFL. Every team's good, and any given Sunday somebody can win. So that's why you play the game.
Hey Josh, when you were at the Tennessee game, you called it one of your best. You stood there on the podium at Tennessee and talked about how you're 8-1 when you have 1 turnover or less. You had 1 in that particular game.
Yeah.
How much is that? I mean, it kind of stood out that you would stand there and recite that stat. How much is that kind of sunk in, and are you building on that concept?
I think it's sunk in a lot, and it's a thing that I think it's really evolved football that you'll play at any level. You take care of the football and you make the right decisions. I think you'd put yourself and your team in a good position to win a football game. And when you turn the ball over 2 to 3, 4 times a game, it's hard to win football that way. So understanding how well our defense is playing right now, keeping our offense on track, and that's my job, taking care of the football and making sure that we're staying in these manageable situations where we can run or pass and have some success there. So like I said, it starts with me on that end, and I'm still learning, still evolving, still growing in that area, and I'm going to continue to improve there.
Kevin practiced full today. What do you like about what he brings to the offense if he holds up and can go somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, he's a very explosive player. Just the way he sees, his read fits and how he attacks, the hole, and he's just a special player. He's been told his whole life he's too small, not fast enough, and he comes out here and he works extremely hard. And then you see him on Sundays. Every time he touches the ball, he's looking to make a play, and most of the time he does. So it's fun to have him back out here with this team. The things that he can do in our passing game and our running game as well. He's definitely a threat for us, and we're happy to have him back.
Josh, you had an injury in the middle of your rookie season. Have you discussed with Devin the challenges or how to best approach a setback in your rookie season to better yourself down the stretch?
Yeah, well, luckily he's got Frank Gore right in front of him telling him and how to approach the day. And I think having Frank here and TJ here, a couple guys that have been in the league for a while, and to kind of talk to him and make sure that he knows it's a long season. And, the last couple games that we haven't had him, we've had some success, so he's going to jump in, and he's going to be just fine for us.
Taking into account that the personnel is different, like the 3rd straight week you're facing a defense with roots in the New England system. Is there any benefit to any carryover whatsoever that you've been able to see through this 3-week stretch here?
Yeah, I would say there is a benefit, just as far as similar type of systems. You go out and every Sunday it's different though, and they're in a game plan and they've seen a lot of film, and it's a benefit for them too. They've seen me go against Same defense basically 2 weeks in a row. So they have a good idea of probably what they want to do. And we got to be able to go out there and adjust, in the first quarter, and then come out the second half and adjust. And it's going to be a dogfight this game, and we're not going to take it lightly. And we're expecting it to be 60 minutes.
The offensive line seems much improved this year. What has John Feliciano meant to that group?
He's one of the toughest dudes I've ever met. The way he attacks, the way he talks, how he approaches the game each and every day, the bond that he has with the guys up front, and myself. He's been a good friend, right when he stepped in the building, and we've bonded very well together. And to have him be up there and understand that he's got my back no matter what, you love to have those guys. And I know I got a bunch of those guys on this team, and I hope they know that I got their back too.
Did you watch games during the bye week of other teams around the league?
Oh yeah.
And so when you're watching them, how do you look at them? Do you look at them competitively, stacking up what your team is to theirs? Do you just look at it? How do you?
I try to look at it as a fan. I love the game of football, and if you're too enveloped into trying to analyze everything, I don't think you really enjoy it as much. So I try to watch these games and just enjoy them and see some good plays and see some good football. But at the same time, there's often times where you can sit back and learn, and that's a mistake. That's something that I can't do. This is, there's always areas where you can improve your game, and I think watching the game from a different perspective helps it too.
Which quarterbacks did you watch?
Watched my buddy Kyle, the Carolina game. Then we watched the Monday night game the other night. So, there was some good football this weekend.
Over the bye week, we saw you went to a high school football game, taking time out of your time off to go do that. How important is that to you to get out in the community and we've seen you really embrace Buffalo? And how important is that to you and to do that?
I think it's really important, and I don't do it to I don't like putting anything on social media myself. If everybody wants to do that, they can. I understand, though, as a kid in high school, I always looked up to guys in my position. And for a guy to come to a locker room, if I was in high school, that would have just made my day right there. It would have made me work that much harder. So when I get to do these things and go to high schools and meet these kids and watch them play football, it can be inspiring. And I'm not trying to sit here and like I'm an inspiration, but to be able to talk to them and just understand that I was in their position too. And if I can give them any hope or any inspiration or any aspirations to work that much harder to get where they want to get to, that's why I try to do it.
When this offense took off last year, Robert Foster was a big part of it. Now with Zay Jones, obviously moved on to Oakland, is there opportunity for Robert, who doesn't have a catch this year, to kind of get more involved?
Absolutely. There's, he's been dealing with a little bit, and we're glad to have him right now, and how he's working hard. He was flying around today, making some plays for us. So we're excited to see what he can do for us, and there's opportunity everywhere. And it starts in practice, and he's been doing a good job just putting his head down and working. He's not being bitter about anything, and he's just a guy that's going to go to work, and when his number's called, he's going to make some plays for us.
We talked about it a little. We talked about it a little bit in camp about like the additions of John and Cole, and how it was going to change roles a little bit. From your perspective, you talked about how much you understand their roles even more now in your second year. For Robert, what's that been like for him to try to figure out how he can be effective with the new partner?
Yeah, and obviously you've seen Robert on some special teams and making some plays there. A guy that's going to run downfield. He's a burner, and when he's got an opportunity, he's going to make the most of it. And that's what I keep preaching to him. And like I said, he's just been putting his head down and working hard, not complaining about anything, not crying about anything. And I know that sounds weird, but he's just a guy that goes to work, and we're happy to have him.
When you look at the list of your leading receivers last year, and see that most of them aren't here, including guys like LaShawn McCoy, who was up there and leading the team in receptions. You got guys like Zay, Kelvin Benjamin, even. What kind of statement is that on in this league? You
Yeah.
produce, or you're no longer here.
Yeah, and that's the league for you. I'm not sure if that's how it is every team, but to have the guys that we have in, I appreciate the guys that we've had, but the guys that we have here right now, we got a lot of faith in them. How we talk, how we communicate. We've got a really special group, a really tight-knit group, and we're just going to continue to work hard and try to get better each week.